Hello everybody, how are we? Um, just underneath my Vauxhall Amiga, and I didn't really intend on filming this, but I thought I would, just because I just wanted to have a chat about something which I call, on cars, and particularly cars that are getting on a little bit, there's one item that's always neglected to be changed over the years, and I always call this particular part the forgotten filter. And the filter in question is this that's in here, and it's a fuel filter. This is a steel filter. It remains pressurized all the time, and you can see I've just changed this filter, and that's what's drained out of the filter. And the amount of times I've seen this over the years, when somebody said to me, "Oh James, my car's not running right, it's struggling to start in the morning," or when I get up the rev range, she seems to be backing off a little bit on power. And a lot of people would say, "Whoa, well, you know, sounds like you want a remap, or something else is wrong, your turbo's on its way out," or some sort of rubbish like that. And the amount of times I've said to the customer or to the friend, I said, "Well, let's just start with the basics. When was the last time the fuel filter was changed?" And they go, "I don't know." And a lot of the time, particularly with this, you know, and this is my Amiga, and you know, I've been wanting to change the filter on it for a while because I've done pretty much everything else. I believe that the filter sat in front of you there is the car's original filter. Now, the reason why I say that is there's a little bit over here, a bit of the old sticker that just came off of it. You see that, focus? Still got the General Motors sticker on it. And let's just remove this out of here a minute. Have a look. I don't think that's ever been changed. And these clips here, I would have actually filmed changing this filter, but it is a relatively simple job. But due to these little blue plastic clips, they are an absolute mother lover to get off, even with the correct tools and stuff that I've got. So I will show you the new filter fitted in a bit, and have a little bit of a chat on how to change them. But it's just something I wanted to throw out of there, because a few people have said over the years, "Oh, I've got a major fuel leak on my car." Turns out to be the fuel filter's been on there that long, it's rusted out. And you can see, yeah, this one didn't have a lot long to go, because out of the way, the car, particularly on a lot of mid to late 90s cars like this, the fuel filter is external, and it runs under the, well, sits underneath the car at the back of the tank. And I'll show you where it is if we just come underneath. It is underneath the car. There's a fuel tank, etc, etc. Rear axle, and it lives right next to the chassis rail, just outside of the inner wheel arch. And it's in all of the road salt, all of the crap, and you know, it's going to fail at some point. And you know, they're relatively easy to change. Like I say, you do need the proper tools. That it's like a pair of circular pliers will be ample for it, and you just need to squeeze them. But you need to depressurize the fuel system first, because if you do what I did and completely forget about doing that, you end up with a little bit, you end up being smelly for the rest of the day, because you have fuel squirt over you. So, you know, word of warning. But yeah, fuel filters, I call the forgotten filter. And you know, this is a Marla KL83. It's not specific to the Vauxhall Amiga V6. It fits a lot of other cars, and you know, there's the box that it came in, etc, etc. And it took me all of 5 minutes to change that out and fit it. And the difference in the way that the cars run when they have a new fuel filter on, particularly if it's not been changed for the last 400 or 500 years like the one on this car was, you'll notice a big difference with it. So yes, relatively easy to change, and you know, noisy Corsa. The fuel lines run the length of the car, you know, return lines, etc, etc. This only has the one filter on it, which is fine, but a lot of modern day cars and stuff now have filters in the tank and filters under the engine bay, particularly if it's a diesel, etc, etc. I will go through on changing a diesel filter with you as and when the time is right. If I get a relatively easy one to do that's not going to take all day, you know, then I'll do it. But yeah, I just thought I'd put it out there about the fuel filter. In my experience, I call it the long forgotten filter because nobody ever bothers changing it. Anyway, let's get up, shall we? Oh, I need another cup of tea, that'll be cold now. So yeah, it's just a quick insight on doing a few bits and bobs. I'm going to give the car a clean in a bit, but yeah, let me know what you think. And you know, do you change your fuel filters? They should be done every 2 years, I think. And for the price they were, I think that Marla filter was about £5.5, £6, something like that, from Andy Pandy at MVC. And yeah, thanks very much everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe and all that kind of rubbish, and for more content. Thanks very much.